I'm Ott DeFoe, and I love fishing rivers. You know, it doesn't matter what part of the country it's in, but I love fishing rivers. But you know, I had fished tournaments and stuff locally and everything, and then finally a guy I fished with he actually got a jet boat, and we started fishing rivers, and that was like flipping a light switch. I mean, and once we did that it was all I wanted to do. And it's one of those things that places we go throughout the country as a professional, you'll run into those situations where you can use that to your advantage. You know, you can't compete everywhere. Whenever I go to the Classic at Grand in a few weeks, I'm probably not going to be fishing up the river there. That's probably not going to be what wins. But at certain places, and I've talked to some guys in here that are from the Chesapeake Bay area, when we fished there last year, this stuff here really helped me a lot. You know, we were there during a funky time of year. The flats and all that kind of stuff was not fishing real good. You know, and we only get a couple of days to pre-fish a body of water. So you kind of got to go with your strengths. You got to go to places where you know you can catch fish, you can do what you know how to do. And river fishing is something that, you know, a lot of places you'll run into a situation where maybe it'll get you paid, maybe it'll make a top 10, maybe it'll be what wins. But there's always places and times of the year when you can use this to your advantage. But if nothing else, if you live near river systems, and being here in Pennsylvania, there are a lot of great river systems. And other than where I live in East Tennessee, probably one of the bigger jet boat areas in the world, really, or at least the eastern U.S., is here in Pennsylvania. You know, so I don't know, by show of hands, does anybody in here fish out of a jet boat or have a jet boat? Okay, so a good many of you do. That's good, because that's you know, that's really, river fishing can be done out of anything, but real river fishing to me is going to be in a jet boat, or at least in a shallower type river system. You know, I mean, there's tidal rivers, there's the Tennessee River, and fish in places that have a lot of current always relate the same. But if you've ever fished in a river out of a jet boat where you can see all of it happening, it makes the rest of it a lot easier to understand, because a fish that lives in current is a fish that lives in current, whether he's in 5 foot of water or 25 feet of water. It's still the same deal. It doesn't take a very big area for a bass to sit somewhere to where it's not swimming all the time. Okay, so those fish are going to sit to where, you know, if he's having to kick his tail every once in a while to stay in place, he's okay with that. He's not going to sit there swimming in the current the whole time to stay there. He's going to find a place on the front edge of that cover to where he's going to be the first one, and that's the way I always describe it. He's the first one in the buffet line. Okay, if he's out here in these branches, he's the last guy to get a crack at something. So the most active, the most aggressive fish is going to be up here on this front edge. And you can almost always catch that fish with the most aggressive technique. If you're fishing the main river, large current breaks are the thing. I mean, that's where you want to be. That small current breaks, like what's good in the summertime and the fall, that's not the deal in the wintertime. You want places that are large current breaks, where you've got still water that's at least half the size of the boat. Something that's the size of the whole boat is even better, just because it can hold more fish in that small area. So those large current breaks, large eddies are really the key. Summertime, it's all about main river stuff then. You know, it's all about fishing on the main river, fishing where the majority of the current is. Outside bends, stuff that's sticking up in the main river, shoals, those type of things. It's all about fishing where that current is. And in the summer is the opposite of the winter. Those small current breaks that are right in or near that heaviest amount of flow is where those fish are going to be. You know, you want something that's just big enough for that fish to sit in. So like the illustration I was using earlier, that front edge of that stump, that's where those fish are going to be in the summertime. And a lot of that's going to roll over into the early fall as well.
What's the key to finding, like, rivers? What's the key to finding the bigger fish? Certain baits and certain spots the bigger fish are at?
Yeah, that is an excellent question. He asked if there's any kind of real key to finding the bigger fish in a river system. You always want to be in a section of that river that has everything a big fish needs. Okay, so you want to be in an area that's
I hope you enjoyed the preview clip, and for more like that and the entire collection, subscribe to the Bass University TV. And if you want the tackle that you see on there, I want you to go to the Bass University Tackle Shop, powered by Tackle Warehouse, and click right here, and it's all at your fingertips.
Welcome to Bass University TV, an online video training course where you'll learn champion bass fishing techniques from pro anglers Pete Gluzek, Mike Iaconelli, and their talented special guests. From on the water to in the classroom, you'll learn sound techniques and strong fundamental bass fishing skills. Watch hours of video content on multiple topics at your own pace for a low monthly fee. Cancel at any time. Information is power in the sport of fishing, so learn from the very best. Subscribe to Bass University TV today.